Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the current affair revision is going on, 10th episode today, March 2022. We are doing 50 days of quiz series. So 25 MCQ seats and total 1250 MCQs. If you have not watched the previous episode, please watch it. Okay, and it's all taken from this pack 13 which we are giving to our students who have enrolled. So it'll have detailed PDF of current affair MCQs with explanation and also extra 100 pages of notes in every PDF. Okay, so this is a one-shot solution for you. Whichever magazine you are referring, if you feel it's good, you can continue that. Else please buy this, and this will be lifelong valid soft copy PDF. You can use it next year also. Okay, because every year, the past year current affair also has to be prepared, so there will be no loss for you if you buy it. Okay, so if you are a serious aspirant, please buy pack 13 and the other packs also based on which subject you are weak in. Okay, usually we don't give subject wise PDFs, but because the prelims is nearing, we are giving you as special offers. Okay, and if you want to see 3 free samples, you can email us at vyshupsc@gmail.com and you will get 3 free sample test of this current affairs. So this is the pattern in which the quiz has been going on. So please subscribe so that we can continue this every day because the prelims is now nearing. Which are the following are true about National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development? Okay, so it was established with the objective to lend, invest or attract investments directly or indirectly for infrastructure projects located entirely or partly in India. So if you see, that statement has a lot of factors inside that. Okay, now it can secure money by issuing and selling various financial instruments like bonds and debentures. It can borrow money only from the central government or RBI, but not from external multilateral banks. So this, when you see, if you are a very serious aspirant and you have been solving questions, you can eliminate one statement very easily and you will get the shortest way to reach the answer. Okay, so here you see it's like only. Okay, whenever there's an only and there's an extreme thing, there's a 90% chance that it is wrong. If you consider that as wrong, then statement A and option A and option D will go away, and it will be like 1, 2 only and 2 only. That means the 2 is a surely correct statement. Okay, then the first statement alone you have to check. So first, because it's a detailed general one and it's given everything in totality, it is a true statement. Okay, so National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, it was established with the objective to lend, invest or attract investments directly or indirectly for infrastructure structure projects located entirely or partly in India. So whatever it is the bank for financing them. Okay, so the remaining all are true, the bonds and other things which is mentioned. But this only statement, okay, only from the central government or RBI, that is wrong. Okay, because it can take from other multilateral institutions like World Bank, Asian Development Bank, from everywhere you can take. Okay, so here the news item is also there. The March current affair link is also there. So you can read that for more details. Okay. Question number 2. Which of the following are false about Srimanta Shankardev? Shankardev inspired the Bhakti movement in Assam. He is widely credited with devising new forms of theatrical performances like Ankiya Nat. This is actually a previous year question also, this Ankiya Nat and Shankardev. So you should ideally be knowing it. Only trick here is it is asking for false. So because it's asking for false, it is neither 1 nor 2, because both of them are not false, both of them are true. Okay. So here if you see 15th, 16th century, Assamese polymath, saint, scholar, playwright, musician, poet, dancer, actor. He's a like multi personality kind of figure. So here if you see, all these things are there. Ankiya Nat, Bhavana, Borgeet, Brajwali, Satriya, all these things, okay, are keywords which can be a potential question. Okay, that's why we are mentioning it in one place. Okay, and in history test, many more factual things about Shankardev will be there. Okay, so this Namgar means Vaishnavite monasteries. Okay, so they are setting up more of them in Assam. So that is why this is in news now. So there is a high chance that a question can come. Question number 3. Which of the following are true about National Statistical Office, NSO? Okay, so you should know what is NSO, what is NSSO, what is CSO, under which ministry it is, what is the parent to child kind of relationship between all these bodies. Everything in hierarchical format you have to know. Okay, so it is headed by Union Minister of Statistics and Program Implementation. It was first envisaged by Rangarajan Commission. So 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So it is 2 only, because it is not headed by the union minister, it is by the secretary of that ministry. Okay, secretary of the statistic and program implementation, that is the person who will be heading this national statistical office. Okay, and it was first envisaged by the Rangarajan Commission for implementing and maintaining statistical standards and coordinating the statistical activities of the state as well as central agencies. Okay, so here again an estimate has come out released by this office. That is why this is in news. So the detailing is not very important for prelims, but for mains, questions can be formed from here. Now MCQ number 4, guaranteed return scheme called minimum assured return scheme, MARS, was launched by. Okay, there is a guaranteed return scheme called MARS, which is launched by whom? RBI or the Mudra Bank or PFRDA pension fund body or the Provident Fund body, EPFO. So guaranteed return scheme called minimum assured return scheme was launched by, it is the PFRDA, okay, which is the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Okay, all these regulating agencies are also important because the functions they do are very important in our country. Okay, so you have to know. So here some more detailing are there about that particular scheme, like fixed guarantee option, floating guarantee option, and all. So for your mains, maybe this will become important. Prelims, if they want to trouble you, they can ask that also. Okay, a scheme's internal features and factors, everything they can ask. So you can read this. So this Karuna Shaktas and Dasbodh, Yuddhakand, Sundarkand, all these are literary works of which personality? Haridas, Kabir, Ramdas, Nimbarka. So all these four personalities are there in your NCERT also. They are mentioned in your Satish Chandra textbook also. So that is why anything which is asked about them, you have to consider it as part of your syllabus only. Okay. So these literary works are related to which personality? So it is Ramdas. So again, if you see, uh, the full detailing about this person is mentioned here. His literary works are several. In that, only four of them I have picked up and made the question. Okay, so he was an Indian Marathi Hindu saint, poet, philosopher, writer, and spiritual master. Okay, and then remaining again, where is he born and what was his path to this salvation and all these things. Okay, everything is mentioned here. And again, inspiration for several other Indian thinkers also, including Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So again, his name keeps coming in the news for various reasons. Maybe his anniversary will be there, or some statue will be built, or something will be celebrated. Okay, because of that, he is always in the news. So you have to know. Okay. Question number 6: which of the following are true in context of International Monsoon Project Office (IMPO)? Initially, for 5 years, it will be based at the Indian Meteorological Department, Calcutta, meaning kind of headquartered or located or situated in the IMD office of Calcutta. Under the leadership of UNESCO, the IMPO would identify activities which will be related to international monsoon research. So, the leadership and the base. That is the thing about International Monsoon Project Office. They are asking both 1 and 2, 1 only, 2 only, neither 1 nor 2. Two statement questions. If you are not aware, it's better to skip. So here both of them are wrong. It is initially based at the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology (IITM) in Pune, and it is to highlight the importance of monsoons for the economy of the nation. And it is under the leadership of World Climate Research Program and World Weather Research Program. Okay, it's not the UNESCO. This is false. UNESCO is false, and this IMD office is false. We have just replaced with the wrong words. Okay. So this again, whatever is mentioned here, the UNWMO office coordinates the World Weather Research Program and World Climate Research Program. So it is all the meteorological bodies related, not the UNESCO. Okay. Here again mentioned, it will support the monsoon panels activities which were jointly established by this World Climate Research Programs GEWEX, this Global Energy and Water Exchange, and this CLIVAR, which is again Climate and Ocean Variability, Predictability and Changes Project. So certain projects are there which is not very much in the news, but because it's coming up in the articles, just have a glance. Montreux Convention seen in news relates to wetlands, volcanoes, straits and islands. So here problem, these are the kind of questions where in the exam hall you will confidently go and tick something, and then what will happen is it will become minus 0.66. Okay, because you would have studied something called Montreux record. Okay, Montreux record is related to wetlands. From India also there are two wetlands which are under that, and that is why purposely we put that as option A also. But here it is wrong. It is Montreux record is different, Montreux convention is different. Okay, so Montreux convention is related to actually straits. Okay, so don't confuse it with the Montreux record, and make a note of it. This all is, even though it's a current affair, it's a static thing also. In future, anytime UPSC can ask it. It's an international treaty that governs the Turkey's Bosphorus and Dardanelles Straits. Okay, these two states are there, about which map question also can come. So regarding that now, because Russia-Ukraine war and all is going on, there this Montreux Convention all came into news. Okay, because they are restricting the Russian vessels movement from the Mediterranean Sea to the Black Sea, which goes through these straits. So that is why it was in the news. Okay, this convention, what it tells, how can it block the warships, all these things are mentioned. So you can read through this. But again, map related, these places are now important. Bosphorus Strait, Dardanelles Strait, Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Okay, you have to go and see how the map is, how Russia can because Russia to enter the Mediterranean Sea, it has to come through a lot of internal seas and straits. So go to the map and check that thing. MCQ 8: which of the following are true about Flag Code of India 2002? It came into force on August 15, 2002. The flag will not be used as drapery in any form. The flag shall not be embroidered or printed on cushions, handkerchiefs, napkins, or any other dress materials, nor shall it be used as a part of any costume or uniform of any kind. So 1, 2 only, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 only, none of these. This, even though there are such laws written, most of us don't follow it. There are printed materials available of the flag in the form of different things. But actual flag code of India tells that you are not supposed to do any of these things. Okay, here only the date we have changed. It is not August 15, 2002. It is January 26, meaning it's not on the Independence Day. It is on the Republic Day 2002 that this thing came into force. This flag code of India came into force, and it has three parts: part one, part two, part three. One is about general description. One is how it should be displayed in private and public organization, and about the exhibition of this thing in the state and central government and their agencies. Okay, so three parts are there. Then the length to width and all GK kind of questions, which used to be asked by UPSC long back. 3:2 rectangular flag it will be, and not to be used in any form of drapery, and it cannot be printed anywhere. Okay, cushion, handkerchief, napkin, all these things. But still, we know there are the materials available where Indian flag is printed. Okay, so this has been amended now. The flag code has been amended, so it's a very important news item. Okay, so here the material by which you make that and all these things have some rules have been modified. Okay, so that you can see here. Which of the following are true about National Commission for Protection of Child Rights? It works under the parent head of Ministry of Women and Child Development. It is an Indian statutory body established under Juvenile Justice Act 2015. Commission defines child as a person aged up to 16 years. So here again you have to know a little bit detailing about the rights and the act related to children, and it's always in the news. So here it is one only. First thing is the age, it is not 16, it is up to 18. Okay, children is like defined up to age 18 under this particular thing. So statement 3 you can eliminate, and from there itself you will come to like on either C or D. And the first one, the parent head is correct. It is Ministry of Women and Child Development. It started operating on March 5, 2007, and this is a Indian statutory body. This National Commission established by the Commission for Protection of Child Right Act. Okay, there is a separate act for that, and not the Juvenile Justice Act. Okay. So 17th Foundation Day for this body was happening recently, and new motto and all was published. That is why it is in news. Which of the following are true about Barents Sea? It is divided between Norwegian and Russian territorial waters. The sea is named after the empty barren land surrounding it. It is an important site for fishing and hydrocarbon exploration. So again, because of the Russia-Ukraine war, every water body, every land body, everything, island, strait, volcano, whatever is there in that vicinity of Russia-Ukraine, everything becomes important for you. A map question or any kind of GK question can come. Okay, so you have to know details about it. Barents Sea is one important feature there. So this, if you see, this is the map of Barents Sea. Okay, here you can see this Norway-related regions are there. Greenland is there. Okay, and Sweden, Finland, all these countries are there. So here Norwegian Sea is there. So if you see statement 1 is correct, it is divided between Norwegian and Russian territorial waters. Okay, because this side Russian related some islands are there, and this side Norwegian related some islands are there. And this naming, it is not because of this empty barren land and all. That is just a made up thing. There was a person named Barents, and after that only it was named. And it is an important site for fishing and hydrocarbon exploration. Okay, so 1 and 3 is correct statement. So here a lot of peninsulas, and this Kola Peninsula, Cannon Peninsula, White Sea is there. Okay, people discuss Black Sea, but White Sea many people don't know where it is. So this is here near Russia again. Then one island is here, another strait is here, Kara Sea is here. So this basic things you have to know. Okay, below the Arctic Ocean and in the between the regions of Norway and Russia, we have many such islands and peninsulas. Okay, so make a note of this. So name is given after some historical Dutch navigator. His name is Willem Barents, and that is how the name came. Okay, the other one is just a made-up statement. So Putin is ordering nuclear forces to be on high alert. Okay, submarines are there in this Barents Sea and all. So that is why, because of the war, these places are coming in news. Which of the following are true about INS Vishakhapatnam? It is India's first among 4 stealth-guided missile destroyers under Project 15B. It has 100% indigenous content. INS is also equipped to be deployed to fight in nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare conditions. So, a lot of ships and vessels and devices and all these things you will hear with respect to the Coast Guard also, DRDO also, ISRO also. So, try to make a note of all these things. Okay. So, it will help the Indian Navy in dealing with emerging threats in the Indian Ocean region. It is India's first among 4 stealth-guided missile destroyers under Project 15B. It has 75% indigenous content. Okay, so the second 100% thing, that is wrong. Okay, remaining everything is correct. It is there to fight in all kind of conditions, and it is India's first under Project 15B. Okay, so Project 15B is there, another Project 28 is there, Project 75 is there. You should know what are all these projects. Okay, all these are defense related projects, and you are supposed to know that. Okay, so this was dedicated now recently. It was completed and dedicated to the city of destiny. Okay, Vishakhapatnam. So that is why it is in news. And it's participating in this exercise Milan 2022 also. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you are watching foundational videos, because many of you, without knowing the basics of UPSC, are directly taking NCERTs or Lakshmikant and preparing, or maybe some test series and preparing. You will find it very exciting and interesting, but later when you actually give the exam, you will understand that you are not able to clear. Okay, because you are lacking very basic information, very basic knowledge about the foundational things. Okay, so this is completely free in our channel. I'll give you when you come and contact us in WhatsApp. In both English and Hindi it is there. So please message me. Okay, then after that only you have to sit and watch our lectures like Sharma, Satish, Chandra, Spectrum, Geography, Economics, Polity, everything which you can think of UPSC is there. Okay, mains also, more and more playlists we started, and because of the lack of response we had shut it down. If you come and comment and give your response, we will again continue those playlists also. Okay, so whatever doubt you have, come and WhatsApp me, so that we can proceed with those playlists at the earliest. Okay, so Nithin Singhania Art and Culture is also very important for your exam. At least 35 to 40 episodes are already uploaded. Please go and watch today itself. Okay, Tamil Nadu textbook also we started, and because of lack of response we had stopped it. Spectrum is there, ancient this R.S. Sharma is there, that knowledge is fully complete. Okay, Fine Arts class 11 textbook is there. Then again environment, polity, geography, NCERTs, all these are done free of cost in our channel. Economics is there in Hindi as of now, and for English students I recommend you to take the test series package. Okay, there is subject wise economics alone package, 4 to 5 tests you will get, and that is more than sufficient to solve any question which comes in the UPSC. Okay, so here if you see, again the mains related playlist is given here. Science and tech, both English and Hindi is there. Last year 2 to 3 prelims questions were solvable directly from this playlist alone. Only 6 to 7 videos are there in each playlist. Please go and watch it. Okay, you can this time also solve the science questions if it comes. And previous year questions also 2016 to 20 is already there. Previous to that also I will try to do if time permits. Question number 12. Which of the following are true about Global Plastic Treaty? More than 150 countries have agreed to the treaty. While the majority of countries favor binding commitments, India proposed voluntary actions. UNFCCC will be tasked with drafting and ratifying the mandate by 2030. So something called Global Plastic Treaty is in news, and there is a high chance UPSC will ask a question on this. Okay. So 1, 2 only. If you see the first two, it is correct. 175 countries have agreed to this legally binding global treaty. Okay, because every treaty will not be legally binding. So this is important. Okay, this is a legally binding one. Once you are once you have signed it and ratified it, you have to abide by it and you have to follow it. Okay. So the resolution for the first treaty was passed at the meeting of UN Environment Assembly (UNEA) in Nairobi in Kenya in February 2021. Okay. So it's the biggest multilateral environmental deal, and tackling this 9 billion tons of plastic, that is the goal, and have to implement it by 2024. So that's why work has been already started. So it is legally binding, and the whole life of plastic, production to disposal, everything will be taken care of it. Okay, under this thing. So majority of the countries favor binding commitments, but India proposed voluntary action. Okay, as I told, because it's legally binding, India told we will prefer voluntary action. Okay. So again, the remaining things, whatever India suggested, all these things are mentioned here. And this international negotiating committee, a committee will be set up that will be tasked with the drafting and ratifying the mandate by 2024. Okay, it's not the UNFCCC. So like this, very small things UPSC will also tweak in the statement to make it false. So if you are not very clever, you will not be able to solve it. Okay, this is taken from Down to Earth magazine. So that's why I'm telling whatever is needed for your UPSC will be covered in our current affair magazines. Okay, so please see to it that you are following this. Which of the following are correct? In the Global Gender Gap Report, India improved 28 places to be among top 100 ranks. Niti Aayog is working on development of a national gender index. So reports, indexes, especially if Niti Aayog is involved, all these things are very important for your exam. So second statement is correct, but the first one is actually a reverse of it. India did not improve 28 places. India has slipped 28 places. Okay, and Global Gender Gap Report is published by World Economic Forum. This UPSC already asked this. Okay, this particular thing. So now India is actually the third worst performer in South Asia, because India's rank is 140th out of 156. Okay, it's in the backward. Okay, in the last 16, 17 countries, its rank is there. And Niti Aayog is working on development of a national gender index, which will help in measuring all these gender gap and all these things. Okay. Question 14. Which of the following are true about vacuum bombs? Such weapons use oxygen from air for a large high temperature blast. They can be fired as rockets from tank mounted launchers or can be dropped from the aircraft. So something called vacuum bombs, again because of the war it is in news. So UPSC likes asking these kind of questions about missiles, torpedo launchers, all these things already they have asked. So this time maybe they can ask vacuum bomb. So they are this thermobaric weapon, aerosol bomb or fuel air explosive. They use oxygen from the air for this large high temperature blast, and they go off in separate stages, like first explosion, second explosion, like the two stages are there. And here Russia is accused of using vacuum bombs and cluster bombs. Okay, so accused by these human rights groups, Amnesty International. So that also, about that group also you have to prepare now. So as per 2008 Convention on Cluster Munition, this cluster munition means a conventional munition which is designed to release or disperse explosive submunitions weighing less than 20 kilograms and includes those explosive submunitions. So there is some convention. Okay, you don't have to by heart this features and all, but there is a convention. So something Russia has violated, and this human right body is going and questioning that. Okay, so war is going on. So everything you cannot by heart, but at least these important names, vacuum bombs or this cluster munitions act is there. Russia is being accused. Amnesty International is there. Ukraine ambassador is recommending for it. Okay, so till date there are 110 state parties to this convention also. Okay, 13 countries have signed it, but not ratified it. Okay, Russia and Ukraine are not signatories to the convention. India, USA is also not signatory. Okay, so in case UPSC asks that, okay, you have to know. Question 15. Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana PMBJP was launched by Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals. Okay, so this, if you see, Jan Aushadhi Sugam mobile application was launched to locate nearby Jan Aushadhi Kendras without depending on Google Maps. So this is about whether they have an app and how it works, and this department which is related to. So ministry is the thing which you by heart and go, but under ministry there are different departments also. Okay, especially in Ministry of Commerce you have to know, Ministry of Finance you have to know. There are several departments which UPSC can tweak and ask you. Like example, like economic survey is brought by which department, you should know. Okay, Department of Finance has, sorry, Ministry of Finance has 6 departments. So in that, which department is bringing out economic survey, exactly you have to know. Okay, so same like that here. This ministry is Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Under that there is Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, the fertilizers and pharmaceuticals. So here pharmaceutical department is actually what is involved in this PMJP. Okay, so this is actually PMJP. So this department is given incorrectly, and second one is telling without depending on Google Map, some thing location can be done through this application, but it's actually wrong. They are collaborating with Google, and with Google Map only that thing has been developed. Okay, so that is why it is in both are wrong statements. Okay. Now MCQ 16. Which of the following are true about Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005? It protects the right of all women in a domestic relationship to live free from any form of domestic violence. It fails to provide a broad definition for domestic violence. It is a civil law meant primarily for protection orders rather than criminal enforcement. So it's again an act, and UPSC 2016 onwards have started asking the clauses under different act, and even if it's not an act, it's just a draft law or draft bill, from that also questions have come. Okay, so if you regularly read the Hindu newspaper or the PRS website, PIB website and all, you will be able to easily solve such questions. Already maternity related bill and all question has come. So here 1, 3 only, because the second statement is telling it fails to provide a broad definition, but actually it provides a very detailed definition. Okay, which includes all the form of violence, physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, economic, any kind of abuse, everything is mentioned. It's a very broad definition. So second statement is wrong. Okay, and the first one is correct, and third one is correct. Okay, it is for primarily for protection order, not for criminal, rather than criminal enforcement. Okay. So again, one Delhi High Court order was there, where related to this daughter-in-law and this parents-in-law, they related something, some problem was there. So one judgment came. So whenever judgment comes, UPSC will not ask you about this judgment. Okay, maybe in mains or interview they'll ask, but in prelims they'll ask you about that particular act, Domestic Violence Act, and that is what we have given here. Question number 17. This Theyyam keeps appearing in news with respect to culture of which state? Sikkim, Kerala, Telangana, and Meghalaya. So again, every year culture related one sporting event or one a dance or one puppet or one any kind of one cultural activity, especially if it is tagged with UNESCO tag or something, UPSC will ask you. Okay. So here it is Kerala. So this Kaliyatam festival, it's an annual festival in Kerala's Malabar region, and in this Kasargod region in Kerala, there also this Theyyam is there. So all these things which is appearing in the news for certain reasons, you have to by heart. Okay, these terms are enough. Just make a table and against Kerala start filling. Okay, this Kalyatam, Theyyam, everything together in straight line, keep filling whenever you study. So that in the prelims day, you just have to go through that table. And that is what we give through our revision chart also, which my enrolled students will get it. Now PB 1847, PB 1886, PB 1885 seen in news relates to what? Okay, Trojan asteroids in the Milky Way, allotropes of lead, disease-resistant basmati rice, nuclear installations in Ukraine. So if you see, all these things are in the news and they all will have different examples, but this exactly you will know only if you have studied and revised properly. Okay, because what happens with students is they study everything and in the exam hall they confuse because they have studied all these four things and they get confused like where did I study this? So please study and revise properly. Here it is, this is resistant basmati rice. Okay. So different types are there and the funding and things are mentioned here. Genetic crops, all these things are UPSC's favorite topics. So about brinjal, about mustard, everything question has come. Okay, so about rice also question can come. Here again scientists are doing something in collaboration with many institutions regarding to rice and wheat. That is why these things are in news. Okay, so detailing you just pause and see. Question 19. Which of the following are false about monolithic microwave integrated circuit, which is MMIC? They operate at low frequencies, the maximum being up to 300 megahertz. Even though they are useful in variety of applications, they have disadvantages like big size, high cost, and sometimes low performance. So this, if you see, it's very easy to solve with just common sense and the approach to UPSC. Okay, so whenever numbers are mentioned and something specific is given, it will be always wrong. Okay, UPSC always does that. So here also this first statement will be wrong, and second one also this micro monolithic thing and all, they're telling like big size and all, which is kind of contradicting. Okay, so that way you can tell that both 1 and 2 are false. Okay, it's asking for false. So here it is mentioned being up to 300 megahertz, but is actually operating above this microwave frequency range 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz. Okay, and it is useful in variety of applications. It has a small size, reasonable cost, and high performance. Okay, everything we gave opposite here. So that is why both these statements are wrong. Okay, so Ministry of Defense have stated that MMIC is indigenously developed by DRDO, where on board the Earth Observation Satellite, that is this EOSO4 satellite which India has made, the Sat-1 satellite, all these are in news. So about that also question can come. So in that MMIC has come into context in the news, and so UPSC can ask any type of question. Okay, in February, March, it was fully in the news. 2022 marks the 100th year of this Pal Dhadwa massacre, which led to killing of around 1,200 tribal revolutionaries in the Pal Chittaria and Dadwa village located in the present-day state of Orissa, Assam, Telangana or Gujarat. So this is a very big event. 100 years it has happened, and even people are telling it is even bigger than Jallianwala Bagh massacre and all. So that is why a lot of news and lot of politicians have spoken about it. It was keep appearing in the news. Okay, so that is why you have to know this. In future also, anytime UPSC can ask it as a static thing. So Gujarat marked the 100 years of this massacre. Here it's considered, like I said, 12,200 tribal people have been killed, and it is considered bigger than Jallianwala Bagh incident, as according to some people. So that is why there are memorials built there, and there are things which there are many people like forget about these things. So now they are celebrating it and informing it. Okay, so in Indian Express, the big explained article came. Like we have Hindu editorial, we have explained articles in Indian Express. In that, the full detailing is given. Okay, with the personality names and all. Which of the following are true about sealed cover jurisprudence of courts? This can be used only by the Supreme Court of India. It is clearly defined in the Indian Evidence Act 1872. In India, it has been used in regard to variety of issues like the Rafale fighter deals, National Register of Citizens, BCCI reforms case, Bhima Koregaon case, etc. So all these cases are important for you for your exam. And this, if you regularly follow news, you would have seen this already. Sealed cover, like Rafale fighter, like what is the price of it? There was a controversy between Congress and BJP and all. So they finally, what they did is they have given it in a sealed cover. Okay, because you cannot reveal everything because of sensitive issues and security issues. So in a sealed cover, you will give it to the thing. So whether this can be used only in the Supreme Court, whether it is clearly defined in the Indian Evidence Act, and whether it has been used in variety of such cases, that is what we are asking. Okay. So if you have been very serious, this is very simple question. Okay. Others will not even understand what is sealed cover. So here three only. The third one is correct. All these cases it was used, and it can be used by both Supreme Court and the lower courts. Okay, but there is no specific law defining the sealed cover jurisprudence. Okay, it derives its power from Rule 7 of some SC rules and Section 123 of the Indian Evidence Act, meaning it's deriving the powers from this Indian Evidence Act, but this thing is not clearly defined anywhere. Okay, it is not mentioned. There is no law which guides it. There's nothing. Okay, with the power of Supreme Court, general powers of Supreme Court, it is using this kind of power. Okay, so here examples like NRC time it was used, the Bhima Koregaon case, the Loya death case, and Ram Janmabhoomi case. Many time it has been used. Now recently Kerala High Court related some ban on some newspapers, sorry, news media channel was there. That time also again the sealed cover thing was used. Okay, in Kerala High Court. Captive employer seen in news recently referred to. Employers who take away passports of its employees. Employers who have in-house training facility for its employees. Employees who have basic salary but no other social security benefits. Employees who employ people for one fixed location with zero transfer possibility. So captive employer was in the news again, and you were supposed to know. And these options, if you see, everything looks very a generic statement and it can suit anything. And this is what exactly will happen on June 5 on the exam day also. Okay, so unless you study this, you cannot do, and ABCD questions, you have to skip it. Okay, so it has in-house training facility for its employees. Okay, this when we posted in the community tab also, I think most of them gave wrong answer. Okay, most of them I think took the first one as like take away passports and all, because the captive word suits that. So many people did that, but that is wrong. Okay, an industry or employer that employs candidates within its own organization or one of its subsidiaries and has adequate in-house training facility is referred to as captive employer. Okay, so here again the skilling related some things are there. Okay, some things are going on there. This captive employer thing was mentioned, so that is why it is in news. Okay, in this Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, this was there. Okay, which of the following are true about Jan Shikshan Sansthan scheme? This formerly is known as this Shramik Vidyapeeth has been implemented in the country by non-governmental organizations since 1960s. Okay, formerly known as something, and since the 1960s it is implemented or not. In 2018 it was transferred to Ministry of Education from the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So the ministry and its origin, both about this scheme they are asking. So both 1 and 2, neither 1 or 2, 2 only, 1 only. So here it is 1 only. The second one is wrong, because actually it was the reverse. Okay, it was transferred to Ministry of Skill Development from the Ministry of Education. Okay, because you know Ministry of Skill Development is something new which this government has created specifically by breaking it from the Labor Ministry. So like that this has been transferred in 2018. Okay, and the previously it was known by a different name, and from the 1960s it is being implemented by NGOs. Okay, a new brand of forest products have been launched from this Nilambur. So Nilambur and related GI tag products, all these things you have to know, especially teak, wooden products. Question 24, which of the following are true about most favored nation MFN? The country that is awarded MFN status will be given all trade advantages such as low tariff that any country also receives. As per the rules of the WTO, MFN status can be revoked without giving any explanation. Okay, so this you would have heard multiple times, like India revoked Pakistan's MFN status and many other countries do with each other. So one step ahead you have to go and know the technical background of MFN also. Okay, that is what UPSC will ask you. So both 1 and 2 are correct. You don't need to give any explanations. And Article 21 of WTO, it is mentioned. Okay, Article 21, National Security of WTO, this MFN status can be revoked without giving any explanation. Okay, any country can revoke it that it had previously awarded to another country. So India can anytime do that. Now again, US President announced that USA will revoke Russia's permanent normal trade relationship status. This is to punish Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. So this is the same like the MFN status. Okay. Last question, which of the following are true about Democracy Report 2022? It is released by World Economic Forum. India is among the top 10 democratic countries of the world. So neither 1 or 2. There's an institute called VDEM Institute. Okay. There's another, this is Democracy Report. Okay. Democracy Index is a different thing. It is published by a different person. If you know, in comment section, tell me who publishes Democracy Index. Okay. Democracy Report is by this VDEM Institute. And here the title is this time something called Autocratization of Changing Nature. And this is the detailing of what happened this time. Okay. They gave in a range of 0 to 1 and different form in which they rank. Okay. Headquarters of this is at Sweden. Variety. VDEM means varieties of democracy. Okay. So India is actually among top 10 autocratizing countries and not in the democratic country. So always the foreign reports have considered like India is backward in most of the things, and the data will not be good. So this time the government itself has raised voice also in the UN and multiple places. Ministry of External Affairs have raised voice like, yeah, the way you rate India in most of the reports are wrong, and we have to reconsider that. So hopefully in the upcoming reports and all, there will be more data being researched, and the rank of India will be better in most of the reports. Okay. So these are the 25 questions. You can mark your score in the live chat or the comment section also. And if you subscribe, we'll keep putting free videos every day. And because prelims is nearing, we recommend you get the current affair pack, the revision chart pack, or the economics pack. These are areas from which questions are surely going to come. Okay, this polity pack is there, or maps and environment is there. From here, every time question comes, spectrum especially, modern history, at least 10 to 12 questions will come directly from spectrum. And if you solve these things, it will be good for you. Okay, because prelims is nearing. So I'll come with the next video. Subscribe and stay tuned.